Thanks, Deputy Speaker. I'd like to bring a different perspective to this, if I may, Deputy Speaker. And I'm confident that when I do this, I'll be speaking for a great many Australians. Yes, the rules have been difficult to decode and to understand. Yes, there has been ambiguity. Yes, often people have, in their own words, they have complied with the rules, they have acted within their entitlement, as they have said. I fear that many people in this place have failed to understand that all that sort of talk, though, it just appalls the community, because for the community it's actually about what's right and what's wrong. It's because really, in some ways, it doesn't matter what the rules are, because there are some fundamental measures of right and wrong. And some people call it the pub test. I'd actually rather call it the test of what is ethically right. What is the behaviour of someone with integrity versus something that is ethically wrong, or the behaviour of someone that lacks integrity. In some ways, this whole discussion is irrelevant, because it really comes down to what's right and wrong. If someone travels around Australia and on that trip the substantive activity is private, even if they're doing some official duties around the margins, and then they claim allowances for that trip, then I think any reasonable person would say that claiming those allowances was the wrong thing to do. I think that's the way a lot of people in the community are viewing this, and in fact they see our preoccupation with the rules and fines and penalties, and in some ways as a cop-out, because we're suggesting that by needing to tighten up the rules, and we do need to tighten up the rules, unfortunately, but by our preoccupation with the debate about that and our time we're spending on that, we're almost saying that we in here don't have an understanding of right and wrong, that we need these rules. And unfortunately, we do need these rules in this place, because some people don't have integrity. Many people do. There's a lot of good men and women in this place, Deputy Speaker, in all the parties. So I'm not picking on all of my colleagues. I'm not saying I'm better than that. I think I was a cheap shot minister about the member for Melbourne where he was sitting on the plane. I think this is an important thing, and I think it's in the public interest to, as we have generally done, keep the debate and the discussion at a good and a civil level. So I just want to make that point, Deputy Speaker. It's a little bit vague what I'm saying, but I think people get it. It's the sort of feedback I'm getting in my electorate and as I travel around. It's not about the rules. It's not about whether or not the former health minister was within entitlement or outside entitlement. It was about whether or not we are doing the right thing, and whether or not we are acting ethically, and whether or not we are acting as leaders in the community and setting a good example. Because you know what, I think, I'll talk about that business class point through you, Deputy Speaker, to the Minister. I think that if the community had confidence that we are good and competent people in this place, people of integrity, people who are focused on good public policy, and we work hard, they'll probably forgive us if some people sit at the front of the plane and some people don't sit at the front of the plane. The problem at the moment is the respect for us is rock bottom, because when they look at these things like the former Speaker or the former Health Minister or other people, they sense that we are not men and women of integrity, and that we need to act as people with integrity, because that's ultimately what this is about, Deputy Speaker. It's about right and wrong. And if this place was populated by good people with integrity, you know what, we wouldn't need any rules, and the community would have confidence in us that we're always trying to do the right thing. Thanks, Deputy Speaker.